What types of analysis capabilities will you find in Cadence's Allegro? Let's talk about that next. Okay, so analysis capabilities in Allegro. So if you're not familiar with that product or software from Cadence, basically it is a software suite that is used to develop circuit boards and a wide variety of capabilities. There's lots of functionality there. It's been around a long time. So it's interesting. About 8 years ago, Cadence acquired a company called Symphony, which had a lot of analysis capabilities. And they have integrated those capabilities into Allegro to support this shift left type of vision. It's kind of a vision in the industry to use simulation and analysis earlier in the design phase so that engineers can make better decisions, more informed decisions earlier when there's less constraint, but also to lower the expectation, lower the effort, I guess, to verify performance and checks later on. And actually, the real manifestation of benefit here is with reduction of respins. So what has Cadence done with this capability? Well, there's really, it's interesting. They've kind of split it out into capabilities to support 3 separate roles. So the first role is really the designer, who may not have a lot of electrical engineering knowledge or expertise, but knows how to develop circuit boards and run traces and place components and all that stuff, right? So with that, there's a set of analysis capabilities there to look at impedance, coupling, return path, some basic analysis capabilities that help this shift left type of effort. So that's for designers to kind of check the basics, the foundations of what you need to look for when you're developing a big complex board or a simple board. The next set of capabilities is that which supports the engineer to do more kind of functional type of testing. So this is stuff like reflection analyses, crosstalk analyses, to really look at fundamental issues that will make you conduct another respin or execute another respin, spending hard dollars. So that supports that level of engineer that kind of knows the functionality and the engineering physics that's going on behind it and lets them go a little bit deeper. And both of these capabilities are offered right within Allegro. So the design suite, so these things can be checked as the board is being developed, right? All along, all the way from concept and early ideas, all the way up right to verification and validation with an expert analyst, which gets to the third phase. So Symphony is still a separate application. It works closely in conjunction with Allegro. And this is where you get more advanced functionality like thermal aware IR drop analysis, for example. And it really lets you get deep, and those analyses take much longer to run, where the other analyses that we've talked about so far are much faster. You can conduct them very, very quickly to check and maybe even compare and contrast design options that you have in front of you. So, it's interesting that Cadence kind of supports 3 separate roles and the capabilities of those different roles and what they want to achieve. There's an additional functionality or capability that's built into this, or that supports it, that is really intriguing as well. It's called Symphony. And Symphony lets multiple engineers, designers, expert analysts simultaneously access a single design for a board or a multi-board system. So that, for example, a designer could be doing the basic analyses as they're going along. You could have the engineer in there at the same time running their analyses and doing the kind of the higher end type of stuff. And the expert analyst could kind of be using the same functionality and eventually doing that verification and validation in Symphony separately. So there's a lot of capabilities here. It kind of supports that vision of shift left, using simulation and analysis earlier so that you can make better decisions when there's less constraints, and also avoid respins, which is where the hard dollars are going to come into play, and you're going to save time in the development process. So that's it. There's a lot there. That's it. Take care and talk soon.